Well, somebody's counting, Nick, because we've officially started. Yep. It's a new day, Nick.
Well, in relation to what? I mean, it
Well,
is it is 10 o'clock at night local time. I,
I mean, that's what you say.
yeah,
I mean that's what your claim
yeah.
is that it's 10 o'clock local time.
Well, local to me, it is.
Local to you, it is.
Yeah. I'm
But
not speaking for anybody else, but for me,
well, exactly, Nick. It could be, you know, some time for what, like time for chicken and you know what, Nick?
well, you said it's a new day. I was just thinking there 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 has to be sort of like an unspoken cutoff as to when saying the phrase "it's a new day" is still really in the realm of
I don't think
appropriateness.
that's how it works. No, I really feel like it's a new day applies to, you know what, whenever you want a new start in life, Nick, you can just decide that it's a new day.
I mean, it depends on how you're defining what a day is.
So are you saying that you're a half, you know, half, I don't know, like a pessimist?
What does that have to do with this?
Well, I would say that, you know what, if you can't just say, well, the day has not been going well for me, so let's just say it's a new day and start over, then what else is there left in life,
Well, I
Nick?
suppose if you're agreeing that how you define a day is loose, then sure, I think that can apply whenever you want to
Yeah,
employ
isn't
it.
that nice
Is what nice?
that you can always have a chance to start over in life?
Well, yeah, I mean, starting over doesn't have to happen at a particular fraction of time or point in time, but saying it's a new day versus a fresh start or something like that, those are not exactly,
Well, I think that they're close enough, Nick.
they're close, but they're
Semantics,
not direct
semantics.
substitutes of each other. But again,
No,
I suppose it
it's
depends on how you
semantics,
define what a day
semantics.
is.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Like
define details do
I
matter in
say
certain areas.
semantics, you say semantics.
Well, I mean, as a math professor, I feel, being exact is a fairly critical thing. I mean, because if the answer is
But you know what?
27, then you're not correct if you put 26.
Well, but there could be a point when there is, though, because there is a difference between precision and accuracy.
That's true. That's true.
So I would say, you know what, Nick, like I would just argue that it, you know what, maybe being one off is good enough some days.
It can be, depending on the situation. It can, yeah.
But you know what? I have great news, Nick, because it's time for the opening
All
credits.
right, excellent.
What a time to be alive. Isn't this?
Welcome to
I
Funny
don't
is
see
Part of
any.
My
Oh,
Name, a podcast about math and Korean culture. For information about our podcast, please visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com.
Well, you know what, Nick?
wait, wait, did we get a? Are we getting a double
Well,
opening credit
I
there?
don't
Or?
actually know what's happening because I feel like the the AV crew must be out on their Valentine's Day dates right now, and
They seem to be out a lot. Are you sure that you
well,
are properly employing them?
well, you know what, Nick? I didn't submit the proper tax forms this year. I'll admit to that.
Well, I mean, that explains a lot.
Yep, but I have some BTS Valentines for you.
Okay.
So let's see. So here's a good one. Roses are red, violets are blue, forever and always we purple you.
Okay, that's not bad.
See, that's pretty good, isn't
That's
it?
pretty good. That's clever.
So let's see. What do I have here? Hey, Valentine, I think you're dynamite.
Mm,
That's pretty good.
no, I think you set the bar a little high with that first one, and now you're just
Well, I
swatting at air.
have just like Jungkook, you make my heart shook. All I feel is euphoria. I mean, that's pretty good if you like Jungkook. So, are you tired? Because you've been running through my mind all day. What is
what? These are getting worse, everyone.
Well,
You started off with a bang, but now you're just faltering.
all right, let's see. I have some more in this book, Nick. So what do I have? I have know what's on the menu.
What?
Me and you. I don't. Well, I mean,
You're
Me and
all right.
you.
No, you're just floundering
Let's
now.
see.
No, they're getting progressively
Well, this isn't my
less
fault. Tell it to
impressive.
these people because I gave the good ones to Angela and Dean yesterday.
Oh,
So I think Angela's said something about, "Are you my soulmate?" So that was actually a pretty good one.
well, you should have copied them down, and then you could have just
The struggle
verbally
is real.
recited them tonight.
The struggle is that real, Nick. I
Right
can't
now, for
believe
you,
this.
it's very
Well,
because you are majorly. I mean, I'm witnessing
no, there's no
significant
struggle here, Nick, because
You just said it was real.
I feel like you always have a bunch of fake news.
What did I say that's fake?
Everything. I don't feel like anyone can believe a thing, but I will say that I have some good ones that, you know what, that I feel like you might actually enjoy these, but yeah, I'll show them because I think they're this good, Nick.
Okay.
Now, I didn't have time to customize them, but I think
Sorry.
that you'll understand the sentiment. So
We'll see. I no
how
guarantees
about
here.
this? A friend like you is one in a melon.
Okay, that's better than the last few.
I don't know what I would do without you in class.
These are better. All right.
Our class is popping with you in it. Now, the thing is, I was going to customize them because I found them on a Facebook group, but you know
Okay.
what? I don't have a Bitmoji.
Oh, well.
So, well, actually, I do have a Bitmoji, but I don't think that mine is that good. Do you have one, Nick?
No, I don't. I don't use that.
See, I wouldn't expect that you have one. I feel like sometimes you're a little bit behind on the times.
Yeah. In a lot of regards, I am. So.
Yep. So, you know what? That's what the issue is. The real issue is that I swear that I signed up for it with my Snapchat account that I haven't used in 2 years, and so I don't remember the
Well,
password. So I guess one thing that I don't love this Valentine's Day is Snapchat.
not too
You
late.
have a Snapchat, Nick?
No.
Ay. That doesn't surprise me.
Well, at least then
It
you won't
really
be caught
doesn't.
off guard.
Well, I would say that I'm sure that our audience members have Snapchat.
I'm sure there are some. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm willing to wager on that.
So let's see. You have a pizza my heart. That's actually a good one.
It's not
Nick.
bad with the little heart-shaped pizza.
Except that I think that's a bit of a ripoff because I do know that. Have you ever been to the restaurant called Pizza My Heart?
No, but it sounds familiar.
it's a chain that is a local chain in the Monterey, California area.
Okay.
And you know what? If anyone has a reason for me to go to Monterey, then count me in, because I have only, let's see, I think 2 more punches on my reward card until I get another like free pizza from them.
Okay.
So, you know what? I love pizza my heart.
Well, John, naturally, you should book a several $100 plane ticket to fly there just to earn your free pizza.
Yeah, I certainly am
That's
considering it, Nick.
obviously an even balance or an even trade-off in terms
How
of
about
finances.
this one, Nick? I'm very happy you're in my class, and I need some more friends like you.
These are better than those last handful
Let's
of the
see.
BTS ones.
You're a sweet friend. Pie. This one is awful. Pie, I'm so
Yeah, I'm
glad
not a
you're
fan
in
of
my
that one.
class.
The fact that it tripped you up, and as I was reading it in my mind, it tripped me up as well. Yeah, that's not
You're
impressive.
extra special. No, these are getting worse. These are getting worse.
I don't know if they're getting worse, but they're not getting better. I think you might have peaked early again.
I scream for you, Valentine.
No.
You make me melt. No.
Mm,
This one I like. Thanks for making me smile.
not bad. That's not bad.
But that could be offensive to people who don't eat meat. You know, we have to remember to care about our vegetarian friends and neighbors, Nick.
All right. Mm.
Yep. You don't seem impressed.
I don't really,
Are you saying that you're not sensitive to the needs of vegetarians? Nick?
not to that degree.
Well, I am, and I would say, you know what? If you want to think of it as a veggie strip, go ahead.
Well, John, if you really wanted to be more sensitive to vegetarians, maybe you should consider eating more vegetables.
Well, you know what, Nick? I'm not going to do that.
I know.
And you're totally my jam. And I'll be my
So,
Valentine.
okay, no, I have a problem with that. You're totally my jam thing, because jelly and jam are not the same.
Well, you know what? You would,
That is false
you would
advertisement.
Say, you would say that, Nick.
The caption versus the illustration.
No,
are
you would say
conflicting.
that. And you make every day magical. Ta-da!
Eh. Eh.
Well, you know what? I feel like my favorite so far is a friend like you is one in a
Yeah,
million.
I think you started off on a strong note again this time and just kind of trailed off.
Well, I didn't make these up.
But you vetted them. But I mean, you were the one who elected to show them.
Well, you know what, Nick? It's because you have too many complaints again.
I mean, I think you should always vet what you display. So it's
Well-
like reading the fine print before you sign something.
No one reads the fine print.
They don't, but
And anyone who admits to reading the fine print, they've lost it.
that's true. I'll agree with that.
So
But then those people shouldn't be
let's
real
see.
annoyed then when something comes back to bite them that was actually in that fine print.
Well, I will say, let's see. Do I have a like a Valentine's wish for Soju? Yes. So Soju, and that's it, because once you drink Soju,
All
that's all you need.
right. Well, okay.
So today I have the quality stuff, Nick. Green grape. So there you go.
Okay. All right.
Oh my. Oh, that's very good, Nick.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yep, you're missing out.
There'll be other times.
Well, there sure will be. But all I can say, Nick, is I have great news.
Okay.
And I'm sure that you won't be able to guess what it is.
Okay.
But
So,
it's time for our first break.
oh, good, good.
Yep.
I could use one.
Yep. So here it is, Nick. Did you know that it is National Library Day?
I did not know that.
And like I said, I think that our AV team took the night off because they had a little mistake apparently, but there apparently was some music there. But I'm getting a little bit of word that, you know what? Did you see those people in the clip?
Wait, do it again.
I'll pause it right here. I'll pause it right here.
I didn't see
So,
any people in it.
well, the struggle is real, Nick. So you see that there's our AV
Oh, right there. Okay.
taking a break in the library.
That's the AV team right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you know what? Like I am not going to like knock the AV team for reading the fine print there and taking their time to make sure that they read it all and get it right for our show.
Well, good. I'm glad they're being productive with their downtime.
Yeah. Although I wish that they would get back to work.
Well, I mean, I don't know who determines their break schedule, but I imagine that's you. So if
Well,
they're
that's okay, Nick.
if they're falling
So-
within their allotted break time, then well, that's
What do you know about
that's for them.
libraries?
They're
What's your favorite memory? Like your favorite childhood memory of a library, Nick?
to be honest, seeing how late a book could be returned.
Oh my, that's awful. You know what? If anyone is out there, any librarian anywhere, and you know that Nick has been one of your patrons, can you look him up in your system and then try to get ready to stick him with the biggest fine that you can give him?
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you know what, like Nick knows that you need some money because funds are short these days, and so he's ready to pay up.
Depends on how much it is, but sure.
Well, all I'm saying is that I think that that would be a nice gesture on this library lovers day. Wouldn't
Is
you
it
say?
really? But if it's just paying a fine, I don't know if that's really a nice gesture so much as it just is my responsibility.
Well, you know what? I will say that, and I can admit to this now because I've admitted to a lot of bad things on this show, Nick.
But then you deny it right after.
Well, that's okay. So
Wow, good thing you're not
So-
on trial for something.
there was a time in high school where there was a person in one of my classes who I really didn't like very much because she harassed me. And so I will say that I may or may not have, and I will admit that, you know, I can't tell you the truth, but the truth is out there.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
because you know I'm a fan of the X-Files, so the truth is out there, Nick. And
Somewhere.
so now this person left one of their textbooks in the classroom on the day that books were supposed to be returned to the library.
Okay.
And so I put the book in my backpack and took it home. And so I found out like 5 years later, something that they end up making her pay for the book before she could graduate from high school. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but she harassed me so many times in high school that I feel like that's what she, you get what you pay for sometimes, because sometimes payback is
So wait, this was like toward the beginning of high school or toward the end of high school?
no, it was senior year of high school, like 2 days before graduation, and she couldn't even get her diploma unless the book was returned or the fine was paid.
So what's the fine? Just the value of the book then?
Yeah, but it was like $88.
Oh yeah, no, I mean big
So
hardcover books are expensive. I mean, even
so
back
I
then.
will say that, I feel a little bit bad. And so
Do you have the book still?
I still have the book because I feel so bad that I didn't want to do anything with it.
Oh no,
So,
that has sentimental meaning. You can't get rid of it.
yeah, so that's what it is at this point, is that I feel like I'm stuck with the book now.
Well, I don't know if you're stuck with it. It's more than like I feel it should be sort of like a token of victory to have it.
Well, yes, but I do feel a little bit bad about the fact that she had to pay money or she couldn't graduate from high school.
Oh well, I mean it's
But after she
long time
harassed
ago.
me over and over and over and over again in high school, you know what? That's what you get for being a bully sometimes. Is an $88 fine.
Well, I'm not saying I condone retaliation, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Well, I I guess you know what, that fine isn't that bad.
Well, I mean that's relative, but it's
You
long in the
know
past now. I
that
mean, I'm pretty sure 20 years later, people have recalibrated and recovered from an $88.
Yeah, but you know
Fine.
what though? Like,
If they
all I will
haven't, then my
say
goodness.
is that here, I'm going to show you something that I really am very upset about.
All right.
So it has to do with the college library, the library at my college. And so this is something where the one thing that I will tell my students to do is, or maybe not do, is never, never, ever get a what do you call it? A late fee for a DVD at my college.
Meaning returning it
Right,
after
returning it. So what do you
okay.
think that the late fee is for a DVD? Like,
Wait.
what do you think is reasonable, Nick?
Before I answer that, what kind of DVDs are people renting out?
Well, educational DVDs, Nick.
Like what kind of is it? Like do the like pre-filmed classes get put on disc form and people?
Oh no, like
can
no,
or-
just like educational DVDs.
oh, I was-
Like, or well, not necessarily educational DVD. Like I rented or checked out, I don't know, like Bridge to Terabithia one time at a library. Or I actually, you know what? One time I actually checked out Goodfellas from a library.
I imagine that wasn't recently though.
Like within the last 10 years. On a
Okay, I mean,
DVD.
all right, 10 years ago, all right. But like if you told me you did that last month, and I'm like,
No, but I will say though that libraries tend to have DVDs and other items, and
yeah, I guess it's just a
CDs
little bit of a shocker that people are still loaning out or borrowing DVDs from anywhere. But all right, anyways,
you know what though, Nick? Like they technically, like they actually are, because some films have not been transferred to digital only format, and so like there's some things that
yeah, that's
so there is a reason for DVDs to
Yeah.
still be around. Like I will say that I checked out within the last 2 years it's called, what is it, like Spearland.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my, I wouldn't think that you did, but that's okay, Nick. It's a movie about spears.
Oh,
It's a math movie.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but what do you think that the fine is or the late fee is for a DVD at my college's library?
Well, how is it? Is it measured like by the day or by the week that it's delinquent?
Well, I'll whatever you say it is. Like if you say a fine per week, a dollar amount, then I'll scale it to the proper unit.
Okay.
Yep. What do you think?
Uh, I'll say $2 a week.
All right, this proves everyone that Nick is a cheapskate here and won't pay up the proper fees because as a no, I did warn everyone here. It is $5 per day per item.
Wow, that's pretty stiff. So
Well-
basically, if it's 3 days late, that's almost certainly eclipsing the value of the
Well,
DVD.
that's my whole point is, you know what?
Wait, what's your whole point? You didn't make a point.
That you shouldn't really check out DVDs from a library.
Then why are they there for loan?
Well, because sometimes there are, like I said, items where you have to get them on DVD because there's no other format, but just return them on time.
You just said libraries shouldn't check out DVDs, but then you followed up and almost directly contradicted yourself and said there's certain things that are only available on disc. So
That's absolutely true, Nick.
so you've just
But
outlined a
what I
completely unwinnable
actually-
situation.
But remember, Nick, what I said.
Wow, thank goodness
was-
you're not an attorney, John.
What I said, Nick, is that now what I will say is that there's no need to twist people's words here because
No, I just repeated exactly what you said.
no, that's not what happened.
Hey, we can
but
go back and listen to the
Let
recording.
the facts speak for themselves. But what
They
will
can.
say,
We
Nick,
can go back and listen to this afterward.
is that if you weren't so cheap in paying your fines and like is saying that they should only be $2 per week, then maybe the library would have enough money to reduce the fines for everyone else.
I mean, I don't frequent any libraries, so I don't know what impact.
Well, maybe you should
I would
frequent them and then purposefully not return things on time so that you can help generate some income for the library.
I mean, in that case, I'll just save myself the hassle and just cut the library a donation check.
Well,
It
all right.
accomplishes the same end result, and it's
No.
less work for me.
Now, what I'm going to say is that we have a special segment tonight, Nick.
Is it going
Are
to
you
use the
ready?
whiteboard? It's been a while since we've used the whiteboard.
Well, all I will say, Nick, is that so do you know that Lisa's husband, Michael, is a historian?
Yeah.
So did you know that he has a documentary coming out on PBS tomorrow?
Yeah.
So do you know what the documentary is about?
It's something with
Oh boy.
ethnic equality within government or something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood. If I
Oh boy, Nick, like you know what? I knew that you wouldn't know. And
okay.
so I knew that you might try to misrepresent the situation here. And so
wait, how can I mean, if I'm trying to misrepresent, then I have to know in the first place.
well, that's what I mean. Like I'm saying,
No, you
that-
just contradicted yourself again.
that's what I'm saying, Nick.
If I'm
is
ignorant
that- oh,
or uneducated
unbelievable,
about it,
Nick.
then I can't consciously try to
This is
undermine it.
unbelievable. But you would be good on that TV game show, The Hustler. Have you seen that?
Maybe once.
Do you know who is the host?
I can't remember.
Do you know what country he's from?
No, because I can't remember who it is.
I can't believe this. No one forgets Craig Ferguson.
Okay.
I love Craig Ferguson. I can't believe this. You can't remember Craig Ferguson.
No, not in this case.
This is unbelievable. So, do you know what The Hustler is about? Like what the premise of the show is?
I'm just
So,
unknowledgeable beyond repair.
Unbelievable. Well, The Hustler is a TV game show hosted by Craig Ferguson, in which one of the 6 competitors is the hustler and is purposefully trying to sabotage the trivia players from guessing who the person who is the hustler is. And if they can do that, then the hustler walks away with all the winnings that the team made throughout the show.
Okay.
And otherwise, then the rest of the team splits the winnings evenly.
Yeah, so you're essentially running a little mini scam, or hopefully trying.
So yeah, this is unbelievable. What I will say, Nick, is the following message is not a scam.
Okay.
So Michael pre-recorded a message talking about the documentary on PBS starting tomorrow because he knew that you would not be able to explain it correctly.
Oh, good. I'm glad everyone's covering the bases.
Yep. So are you ready, Nick?
Sure.
Isn't this great?
I don't know yet. You haven't showed it.
Well, I mean, I think it's great that we have a historian on the show who is going to give correct facts.
Okay.
Okay, here it goes, Nick.
Hello, my name is Michael Crinan. I'd like to invite you to tune in for a showing of the documentary The American Diplomat on the PBS series The American Experience on February 15th at 9 p.m. My book, Black Diplomacy, African Americans and the State Department 1945 to 1969, served as one of the inspirations for the film. And I think you'll find it a thought-provoking look at how African American diplomats had to deal with representing their nation abroad while being treated as second-class citizens here in the United States. I hope you'll be able to join us, and thank you.
Isn't that great, Nick?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's, just a simple message. I will, I'm assuming the real important thing is if the actual documentary is great.
Well, I'm sure that it is. And what I will say is that, you know what, Nick, I think it's a very appropriate time for the release of the documentary being during Black History Month. And that
Yeah, I'm sure that was intentional. In that it's talking about a part of Black history that a lot of people and most people will never actually remember, right? And so that part of undiscovered history is something that we should not actually let go of, right? Because remember, Nick, on Library Lovers Day, what we need to remember is that there was a time when people didn't write things down. There's still, that time is still now for certain people in the world.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe this. Oh, you know what, Nick? I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
So, the website, the nationaltoday.com.
Nationaltoday.com.
The website where, we promote all of the national holidays that they have on their website.
Oh, that's where you get all those? Okay.
You know what we should do, Nick? We should start a petition and have our audience help us spread the word, but wouldn't it be great if we starred in some commercials for National Today and that they use some clips from our podcast to promote their website? Because we talk a lot about some of the holidays that they have.
I mean, I suppose if there's going to be some kind of compensation, then sure, but I don't know if like
Well-
just doing it out of generosity is
Well,
necessarily.
no, but like I'm saying though, we should be the new spokesperson for nationaltoday.com.
Again, if there's some kind of compensation, then I think it's worth investigating. But if it's just going
And
to be
then
for,
you know what? Like we should convince them that they should have a nationaltoday.com podcast talking about the holidays of the day, and that we need to be a part of it.
Again, I maintain my previous statement about that.
I would do that every day. So nationaltoday.com, reach out to us.
If you're willing to open your checkbook,
Well, yeah, you need us more than we need you.
I don't know how to quantify that, but I'm on board with it.
I know how to quantify that. Like soju for life, Nick,
For who?
for the show.
Oh, meaning that's the compensation.
Right. Yep.
Oh, all right.
I'll drink to that, Nick.
I don't think I drink enough for that to be really worth it for me. But don't let it
Well,
stop that for you.
But wait a second, you don't drink enough yet. Like if you had soju for life, you might change your mind.
Perhaps, but I mean, I can go get alcohol in whatever quantity at will, anyways, and it's still haven't succumbed
Well,
to
that's
becoming
okay,
an
Nick.
alcoholic yet. So
But what I will say is I did actually plan to send my mom a Valentine's Day card this year, but I didn't mail it out. So I'll read it right now. Mom, no matter where I go or what I do, your love is always with me. Happy Valentine's Day.
very nice. It's very
Yep.
nice. You should send it anyways.
Maybe I
Send it
will.
anyways tomorrow. It'd be a
Maybe I
couple-
will. Maybe I
Oh,
won't.
you should. It'd be a couple.
Or,
or
or maybe I'll just send her one of these BTS Valentines and save this for next year.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you date the cards?
I usually do.
Did you date this card?
Not yet.
Oh, well, then I say just put it on the side and send it a year from now.
Yeah, so I might send a BTS Valentine this year.
Okay.
So, you know what? I like this one here. So, I really do like this one. Roses are red, violets are blue. Forever and always we purple you. I don't know what this is about, but Nick, do you know who Craig Ferguson is?
Yeah.
So what do you know about Craig Ferguson?
He has that late night talk show,
No. That's fake news.
or maybe, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't air anymore? I don't keep up with him.
This is unbelievable. He hasn't been on the air as a late night talk show since 2014. Are you saying that you're that far behind on the times, Nick?
When it comes to what is on TV at 12:30 at night on weekdays, yeah, I'm staying behind the times on what is in those time slots.
Well, what I will say is, you know what? I really do miss the late show with Craig Ferguson because I really like the robot sidekick.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know, audience, like, do you remember that even though Nick is maybe like 8 to 10 years behind everyone else and didn't even know that Craig was off the air? Isn't that right, Nick?
Is what right?
That you didn't know?
That he was off the air. I did not. I mean, up until 30 seconds ago, I did
Oh,
not
boy.
realize that he was off the air, or at
But-
least with that show.
Well, that's okay. But you know what? I mean, I am a big Craig Ferguson fan. We should get Craig on the show.
If you can do it, then let's do it.
All right, let's get Craig on the show. So if anyone knows Craig, then let's get him on the show. You know what, Nick? Did you know that I'm going to LA this summer?
I did not know that until right now.
So I'll be staying in the Hollywood area, and so maybe I'll sneak onto the set of The Hustler and get Craig on the show.
Okay, it's worth a try for sure.
Yeah, like it can't be that hard to sneak onto the set, right?
Mm,
Have you ever tried doing it?
no, I don't trespass.
I wouldn't say that's trespassing.
It's private property.
You
You probably need a credential to be there. So
says who? Like it's all. You know what, Nick? Like I don't believe that type of garbage anymore.
What garbage is that?
That it's private property.
It is private property. The studios are not. They're not public entities.
Well, Nick, I have great news. So now, oh, by the way, this is something where I don't think you're going to get right, Nick.
Oh.
But it's time for the K produce segment of the show.
Okay. Good.
So here's
Good.
produce of the show, and so you get to guess what it is. Do you have any idea yet, Nick?
It can't. It's way too simple if it's like blackberries or something like that. It's like that's too obvious. Trying to go through my mind and think of some other berries that are that type of.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so what do you think it is, Nick? You don't seem like you have a clue.
I doubt this is what it is, but I hope it's this. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. I hope it's a loganberry.
Oh, so close. Wait, are you just making things up now?
No, a loganberry is a real thing.
Let's show everyone what a loganberry is. All right, so just so that everyone knows how wrong that the loganberry is as a choice. All right, now remember, everyone, this is K produce. So let me show everyone how wrong you are, Nick. So here we are. So well, all I can say is that the loganberry is actually a hybrid of the North American blackberry and the European raspberry. So I don't see anything about Korea in there at all, Nick. So let's see. So where do they say that it's generally grown at? Well, so close, Nick, is all I can say. So close.
So wait, now I was so close, but a minute ago you said I was way off?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's not even correct.
Yeah, but was I so close or was I way off?
Well,
you said both, so now I don't know. I'm way off. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because here is a picture of the I'm going to show you. All right, so there's a loganberry, and then I'll show you. Hold on. All right, so we're going to put them side by side just so that you can see how wrong you are, Nick.
Okay.
And then, all right, so where is my images of this? Because I wasn't prepared for you to be so wrong. So there we go. There we go. So maybe, you know what, Nick? There we go. Here they are. So there is the Korean berry, the Bunja right here, and here is the Loganberry. And as you can see, the Loganberry is a darker red than the Korean berry.
Now let me turn the bokbunja, does it, as it ripens, does it become the dark color from the red color?
Unbelievable. So all I will say, Nick, is that these Korean blackberries or bunja are berries that are used by South Koreans primarily, or at least commonly a lot of times, in making Korean fruit wine known by as bunja ju.
Oh, it's a Korean. Okay, so like the kind of Romanized name for it is just a Korean black. Okay, so they do. So I imagine it's like a standard blackberry that it starts off when it's immature as that bright red color, and then as
Yeah.
it ripens, it turns dark.
Yeah, exactly like this.
Okay,
I would
okay.
say though that it starts off as like not as red as the Loganberries, which are a deeper red.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on like how young the Loganberries were in that picture.
I'm
But
colorblind, and I figured this one out, Nick.
see, I don't believe you're actually that colorblind. I think that's all a
That's
ploy.
it's not.
I think it's all a ploy.
It's not, Nick. I will say it's definitely not.
I don't know. You're able to identify red and green too often for me to fully believe.
Well,
so.
You know what, Nick? It's because I have great vision.
Yeah, I tend to believe that you do, despite what the self claims you make. But I guess you know what, unless we involve a professional ophthalmologist, we may never
Well,
know.
maybe we can get one on the show because I
All
need
right,
to go to the eye doctor
That's okay.
because I need new glasses.
Okay,
Isn't that nice?
I sure.
So, Nick, you missed a good show last week.
I know.
You missed Carol.
I know.
You missed Shoab.
It figures, when I take off, that's when all the best people come on.
Yeah,
Here we are. Here we are now. I'm back, and there's nobody coming on here.
Well, you know what, Nick? We do have a great guest coming up next week.
Okay.
So
Does it require me to take the week off again too?
Well, no, but you should come prepared with a cinnamon sticky bun. I will say that because it will be very disappointing if you don't.
All right, I'll try to remember that.
So now I will say that next week we have the owner of a makgeolli making kit company on the show.
Oh. Okay.
So I'll let Steven speak for himself next week, but
good.
But you know what? That will be exciting. And I plan to have my makgeolli ready.
Okay, good.
But like they make these flavored makgeollis like banana, or like what other ones have I had? Melon, but they're usually, I have had a blueberry makgeolli. But wouldn't you think that a cinnamon flavored makgeolli or like some cinnamon bun flavored makgeolli might be good, Nick?
No, I'm not. No, not for me. There's not a whole lot. I like cinnamon, but I'm not a big fan of cinnamon flavored beverages.
But you know what, though? What I will say is that I told Steven this, and so I'm going to ask him on the show what he thinks. But I think it would be like the Korean version of rum chata.
I don't really like rum chata, so.
Next, you're going to say you don't like Fireball either.
I don't like Fireball.
This is awful. Like, you don't know any real drinks, Nick.
No, I know what they are. I just don't like them.
That's what I mean. You don't know what a real drink is.
I mean, it's not a matter of me not knowing what they are. I
This
just
is
don't
unbelievable.
enjoy them.
Yeah, well, all I can say is I'm excited for Steven to be on the show next week and tell us about his company and tell us about Mockley.
Yeah.
Won't that be exciting, Nick?
Should be a good one.
Yeah, it really will be. So now, did you know, Nick, that I'm actually surprised that you didn't call in again today because, like last week you called in sick and this week it's National Call-In Single Day.
Oh, right.
So
The thought had crossed my mind,
that
but
you were going to call in single today.
the thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that we didn't get another call in from you today.
Well, I could have called in sick, but that would have been a little dishonest because I'm not sick today.
But but it is call-in single day, so like you could have.
Yeah, I guess I could have done that.
You could have
instead.
called in single.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, like I wouldn't have questioned that.
Yeah, I could have made the argument that I was too busy celebrating Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I decided that after I bailed out last week that it was the right thing to do to make my return tonight.
Well, okay. I think that's nice. Did you know it's also clean out your computer day?
Did not know that. Now, does that mean the software side of your computer, or like clean out the dust from the fan and clean out the keyboard? And that
Well, you know what, Nick? It can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Okay, it doesn't specify. All right.
So
All right.
if you want it to be, I have no idea. All right, what would be the number one thing about your computer that you dislike, Nick, that you would want to clean up?
I mean, there's
enjoying
not
this too
much at the moment because I have a work computer and it's fairly new, so it's not really bogged down with too much right yet.
I'll drink to that, Nick. So
And I don't really keep a lot stored on my computer beyond.
not that you'll admit to, right?
I suppose that's always the case when you're not showing evidence. So
Yeah. So like I will say that you haven't showed evidence yet, Nick.
No, I haven't.
So how will the audience know for sure?
They won't.
Yeah, that's why I figure it might happen. So Nick,
I'm okay with it.
what do you feel is your your hope for the next year, in terms of Valentine's Day? Do you feel like a year from now that you will be have found the Valentine of your life?
No, because I have too much fun celebrating Singles Awareness Day.
I knew it.
Thank you.
Nick.
Thank you for knowing me.
Yeah, I knew it. I wouldn't have thought it any other way.
Okay, good. You know me so well.
But you know
Almost
what, Nick?
too well. Almost.
What I will say is this. Now, we have not had trivia today, so here it is. Oh, by the way, I did not show this. I feel
It
like
better be very quick trivia because we're
I
getting
feel like
close
our
on time.
audience will appreciate that I got this week. It's a
Is that a Pez dispenser?
yeah, it's a Taco Pez dispenser.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sure
a fan.
that our audience will appreciate that. I got this, and I actually ate all of the Pez that came with it because it's the first time I've actually used any of my Pez dispensers regularly because I like this one. And isn't he just so happy, Nick?
Looks like it.
I mean, but if I actually were eating a taco that tried to lick my face like that, I would be a little bit worried.
That would probably put you off a little bit.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to get tacos, Nick?
I don't know. I don't categorize it.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it. So I was talking with Rachel, and Rachel is right. You don't appreciate tacos.
I guess I don't love them as much as you do. I can I won't make that claim.
But you wouldn't know a Taco Bell taco from like an authentic taco from like south of the border.
No, I would still know that. I mean,
I'm not so sure, Nick. I'm not so sure you would know that.
I don't like Taco Bell.
Yeah, but like I don't actually know that. How do we know that you don't like Taco Bell?
I mean, I guess how do you really verify what anyone
Like, fork over your
doesn't
bank
like?
statements, and we can see if you have any charges for Taco Bell lately.
All right, well, you can take a look at it next time you see me, and
Oh,
you'll see that
okay.
there are no charges for Taco Bell.
Okay. Are there any charges for any taco places?
Yeah, there are.
Okay. Well, we'll see about that, Nick. We'll see about that.
Okay.
Yep. But I will say that I am planning to go to this taco place when I'm in Phoenix later this week. So I'm going with Angela to visit Matt for a couple of days. And so, do you see this, Nick? Do you hear that? Like these stupid AIs are taking over the world.
I don't see, and I don't see it. I hear something, not very well, but I do hear something.
Yeah, it's one of those stupid AIs.
Oh, well.
So now, just to prove that I know what a legit taco is like, and that Nick does not, this is one of the places I'm planning to go to later in the
How
week.
does this prove that?
Because you wouldn't know a good taco when you saw it, Nick. And so this is.
But how does you going to this place prove that point?
Like, look at this food. Doesn't it look delicious, Nick?
Yes, it does.
I don't think you would know, right? Because you admitted that you're not a taco fan, but
no, I didn't say I'm not a taco fan. I just said that it's
my.
not. I don't
There's
like
the
them as
drink.
much as you do.
Wait, they have bottomless mimosas for $20. Actually, that's pretty cheap.
That's not a bad deal. I mean, average you go out for brunch or something, mimosa's like
Oh my.
$7 to $10.
Look at that dessert, horchata chocolate cake. Oh my. Like, doesn't that look like a place that you would like to go, Nick?
Yeah, very much.
Oh my. Like look at that. Oh my, look at those. Like I mean, I don't even like vegetables, but I would eat a few of those.
Good.
So,
good.
oh my.
It must really be something then.
Yeah, it doesn't look really good. Oh, oof. Yeah, so this is what I have to look forward to.
Good. You should.
Yep. So, you know what, Nick?
Yeah.
It's almost time for the end of the show.
It's getting to be that point. Yeah.
Now, did you know that today is National Ferris Wheel Day?
I was not aware.
So what do you have to say about that? Like, what are your experiences with a Ferris wheel, Nick?
Nothing outstanding. I mean, I've gone on some.
Favorite Ferris wheels that you've ever been on?
No, I can't even remember the last one I have ridden.
Oh no, this is unbelievable. I don't know who doesn't remember being on a Ferris wheel. So just so that everyone knows for the record that I'm a Ferris wheel fan, I will say that I don't actually know if I can like show this because I have some pictures of Ferris wheels I've taken myself over the years. So here is actually one in Orlando. So at Icon Park in Orlando. So that was actually a really nice one. And then let's see. Here is the famous Ferris wheel in Seattle. You don't seem impressed, Nick. These are
I
some
don't know what I mean, Ferris wheels they're just not my they don't get me
these
excited.
actually, I wish that when I typed in Ferris wheel, the one actually from Atlanta would have shown up, but sometimes Google Photos gets it a little bit off. But this was actually an interesting one from when the where was this? Like the Ferris wheel was at, this is from Bablo Island. So do you know about Bablo Island?
From what?
Unbelievable.
Wait, now
This-
say it again.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this. This is calls for an immediate end to the show.
Okay, that's fine. See you
You know
later.
what?
Good night.
So Nick, I feel like since you missed last week, your final joke of the week should be even better than usual.
Oh, all right. Well, hopefully I can
So audience,
oblige.
are you ready for this? Yep, the audience is ready.
Okay, audience is ready. All right.
Yep,
All right. I just
okay,
wanted to
so
make sure.
Nick, go for the joke.
Yeah. How do phones propose to each other?
Well, I don't think they would be doing that today, Nick, because it's National Singles Day.
No, it's Single Awareness Day.
Well, close enough. Like, I don't feel like we have to be too accurate because nationaltoday.com hasn't reached out to us yet.
Seems a little contradictory coming from a math professor.
Well,
but
that's okay, Nick. So how would phones propose to each other? Maybe they would dial away.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's all I got, Nick.
Fake news. The struggle looks real.
Yep.
All
So-
right. Good night, everyone.
And that's the end of the joke.
That's the end of the joke.
I don't think that was a good one, Nick.
Oh, well, that's pretty subjective.
They would dial away. That's all you have.
Nope. Give each other a ring.
That's even worse.
Well,
This didn't make anyone laugh. I'm a little bit sick to my stomach. Like almost like the sick to my stomach I get when I'm on a Ferris wheel.
go take a couple Tums and call it a night.
All right, you heard them, everyone. Go take your Tums. What a time to be alive.
Yeah,
See you next
yeah.
week. This is- You know what? Give us a ring.
Thank you for watching Funniest Part of Your Name. Don't forget to visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com. We'll see you back here next Monday at 10 p.m. for an all-new episode.